Hello and welcome to the podcast.
How good?
How good? We have every single door and window in this room open at the moment.
That is
It
incredibly
so hot.
It's stuffy.
What temp is it? Oh, sorry, send me 22 degrees.
Actually, I'll have a look.
22 degrees.
Does your watch actually say the temperature?
Yeah.
22?
It's an Apple Watch, bro.
It feels a
Oh,
lot
okay,
hotter
we
than
get
that.
it. We get it. You're the fucking man.
Graduate.
It feels a lot hotter than 22.
It's just humidity.
Stuffy, bro.
These are
So
the worst
humid.
days. Do you like this weather? I don't like this weather at all.
No.
I like humidity.
To describe it,
Nah.
well, people can probably see it out the back, It's like that really shitty, it looks like it's going to rain, but it's not. But it's just hot.
But you get
Singapore.
sunburned as fuck if you sit
Singapore,
outside.
that's what I was thinking.
Singapore
when
type weather,
you
eh?
get out at airports overseas,
Oh, man.
and you're like, oh, give me the heat. It's because when we come from New Zealand, and it's like
I hate
fucking
it.
cold.
I hate it.
Well, it's cold. It's cold in New Zealand like
It's
80%
tropical
of the
weather,
time.
though.
It is
Yeah,
tropical.
tropical's the word,
Yeah.
Where it's just...
When I got off in Doha, it was like 40 degrees at midnight.
Doha.
And it was...
Midnight.
Bro, it was
Jesus.
fucking midnight. It was like 40 degrees.
at midnight.
And it
What
was
is
like
daytime?
80 to 90% humidity.
Daytime like 80 degrees.
It's insane, dude. I was like holding my passport, and my passport started like getting wet just from like my hands like sweating.
Fuck.
It was insane, bro. As soon as you step off, like, cause you get off the plane, and when you get off the plane, you go into like a bus that takes you to like the actual airport.
Oh, okay.
And as soon as you get off the bus, you're just like,
Oh, fuck.
oh,
It just hits you, right?
Fuck.
Pushes you back into the bus.
yeah, bro.
Where
It's
is
so hot,
where is
dude.
Doha?
It's in like the Middle East.
Is it Qatar?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
I think Doha is like an actual country, isn't it?
Is it country?
Oh.
Shit, I don't even know, man. I flew there twice. I don't even fucking know. I don't know.
The city?
I
'Cause
thought
you
it
don't
was
hear
like
Doha. Like,
it's a big place for like stopovers. So
Yeah.
like people do that because it's normally like easier and cheaper than going to like Dubai
yeah.
or I don't know where you would actually go, like maybe like London or
Yeah.
Heathrow or LA. Some people always go like Hong Kong as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fucking hot, dude. I don't like that heat. That heat's
No.
fucked.
It's hot. It's
Oh.
when you can't cool down is where it makes
breeze.
That was a good breeze.
That's fucking
that
nice
was
breeze.
clutch.
That was
Oh.
nice.
It's worse when you can't cool down
Yeah.
because we just went to Happy New Year, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Happy New Year.
2021.
Thanks, mate.
So when we were in Wanaka for New Year's for a festival called Rhythm and Alps, and you go in during the day, just butchered hot. Like we're trying to set up our tent, dying, sweating like crazy, and then as soon as that sun goes behind the hills,
Yeah.
oh,
It's like a
cool
desert,
out.
bro.
Oh, it's like so cold, and then you go to bed freezing. First night, Rory and I slept in the same tent. It was just like so cold, but all tucked up in like our thing. You wake up in the morning and it's just full sweat,
Oh,
and you're
fuck no.
hungover, and it's like
oh,
make your
dude.
fucking mind.
Those are some extremes right there.
Yeah, I
But
don't
that's
really
that's
like it.
honestly like going to the desert though, right? Like in the day it's just piping hot, and then at
Yeah.
night when the sun goes, it's just fucking
gets
cold, bro.
Yeah.
Also, if you can hear a jet engine, there's an airport just just in front
It's
of us.
taking off.
It's yeah, Josh's what was it, washing machine.
It's my washing machine, which is in the kitchen for some reason.
I was thinking that when I walked in before.
Great design.
Yeah.
Rory goes, "Oh, I wonder if this is clean," and I was like, "I assume he was opening the dishwasher, and it's just the
It's the washing machine.
I'm pretty sure that was the first question I asked you, or like I brought up. I was just like, why the fuck is there a washing machine? In
Yeah. Well, this is the first time we've actually done one here, I think. But this is
Yeah.
myself, Rory, your brother,
Yep.
and Angus. This is our new flat. We've been here for about 4 months now.
Yeah.
So
When did you move in? August.
yeah, start of
Yeah.
August. So
We got to talk about that new fucking flat party.
oh yeah.
Oh man.
So
Have we talked about that already? We haven't, eh?
No, I don't think we
We
have.
didn't really talk about it on last one, eh?
No.
yeah. So obviously, when you move into a flat, like it's really good to have a flat party. You know, a good excuse to have
Got
like all your
postponed the
mates
first
around.
time.
Yeah, so it got postponed because of lockdowns. So
Yeah.
we were first planning to do it like 2 or 3 weeks after we got here. And then basically lockdown happened. So we had to postpone it for that like 5 weeks until the end of lockdown. And then just after lockdown, the property managers put the place on the market to like sell the place. So
Great timing.
so they came to us and they're like, yeah, so basically every weekend we're going to have people coming around to try sell the place, to like show
Yeah.
the place off. So
Yeah.
so yeah, we couldn't do anything for another like maybe 8 weeks. It was on the market for a long time.
Yeah.
And then so we finally have the party, and bearing in mind that by this time we've been here for like 3 months, and we've never been noisy. Like we're all well behaved. Like we never piss the neighbors off or anything.
We're probably being too noisy right now. He's right there.
Yeah. And then the very first party we have, which is the flat warming, it's not even that big at first, right? There's like maybe 10 of us outside on the deck.
Yeah. Because I was here with you and Thomas and stuff. There was probably like
I'd say
6 of us.
Like 6 of us during the day.
Peak,
Yeah.
First day.
peak was probably, I don't know, 30 maybe?
Maybe 30.
Just under. I don't think there was a lot of people here because
Right.
everyone kind of congregated. Well, you keep going with your story because
All I'll say is that so like you said, there wasn't that many people around. Like it wasn't a crazy party.
Yeah.
But essentially, our neighbor who lives on the corner, like on the corner of our section,
We asked her to be a guest, but she didn't.
randomly at what was it, 9 o'clock?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
9:30.
it was just after 9.
She walks into the house with her 3-year-old kid,
with her phone out,
holding
just
the
fucking
kid,
filming everyone in the house.
and with the phone in her other hand, like sweeping the place, like gathering evidence
Of a party.
of a party.
Yeah.
And there's like 30 people, and like none of our mates are like hooligans really. Like we're having a good time, but no one's like
No one's causing
We're not
shit.
no one's
breaking-
causing trouble.
No.
Breaking glasses, doing anything crazy. We just
No.
kind of,
We're not
Just
even
having a good
loud,
time.
bro.
Not really.
Like music
Yeah.
wasn't even like
Nah.
that loud. Like I remember standing outside, and I don't even like remember hearing like music that loud. At
No,
all.
yeah,
Like,
exactly. So
crazy.
maybe we should post the screenshot, because this lady basically, so she comes into the house, and obviously at this point we realize she's crazy, because she's got a 3-year-old kid in her arm, like in a party, like gathering evidence.
Well, I thought straight away it's trespassing, right?
It's trespassing,
trespassing.
yeah, and it's filming without permission as well.
Yeah.
But anyway, so because the house is on the market, or just got off the market, we have like an open home sign on the front of our house. So this lady calls our agents and calls the property managers, like complaining and crying and like screaming, to try to get us in trouble. And
Yeah.
then what she also does is there's like a Forest Hill community page on Facebook. And we might actually put this in the description, like
We
a
could do
screenshot
that.
of it. Because
I haven't actually seen the screenshot before.
Oh, you haven't seen
I've
it?
never seen it.
You haven't seen the post?
Nah,
Oh, bro.
I just heard about it.
It's not one word of the post
It's
is
not,
fucking
it's
true.
not.
Like not one word.
It's not.
It's insane.
She makes so many claims to get us in big trouble, basically.
Yeah.
So the most outrageous claim she makes is that she says there's over 100 people here with cars pulling up every 5 minutes,
Yeah.
dropping people off.
We didn't have
She's-
over 40 the whole entire night.
No, we didn't have anything over 40.
2 DJ.
Yeah, 2 DJs, which is ridiculous, because who has 2 DJs in the same house, like competing?
One's like drum and bass, one's like fucking blues music.
One's-
That was the funniest part for me because I can just imagine her just like saying that to someone. There's
Yeah.
100
2
people.
DJs.
2 DJs.
She said she turned up at 11 and she was trying to get a hold of the cops.
Yeah.
But the cops didn't arrive till fucking like 11. And she said that it took an hour for her to get through to the cops for the cops to arrive.
Why? You wonder why? Because
But the cops arrived at 11 and she said that she called the cops at 11.
Well, I think it took her an hour to get through to noise complaint, because noise
Yeah.
complaint doesn't show up until, what is it, 10:30?
10:30, 11,
11, yeah.
So she was calling noise control at like 9:30, trying to get them to come around. And noise control would have been like, it's 9:30 on a Saturday, like,
It's fine.
it's fine.
Yeah.
And some of the other claims were that people were smoking cigarettes inside the house.
Yeah, like the place smells like weed and cigarettes.
Smells like
not
sweet
one person
drugs.
was smoking
No.
then
Yeah.
at all.
It was just people vaping, I think.
Yeah.
But
So-
even that,
And
like
they were
people
vaping outside.
Yeah.
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 It was crazy, man.
Yeah, because when she initially came in and she brought her kid in and Rory let her outside, she went back to her house and then Rory and I were standing outside like discussing like what we're gonna do, and because we initially brought everyone inside
Mm.
and then we look over the fence and we see like like someone puts their flash on their phone and we're like, God.
She like filming over the fence.
No, she was just flashing her phone to get our attention. So
Oh,
we walked
right.
over the fence and she's still holding a child.
Just fuck you.
She's still holding a child, and she calls I think she was calling the agents again or the landlord or something,
Yeah.
and just me and Rory are standing there. She's blatantly lying to the phone on the phone, like saying like, "There's like so many people outside." Right, this is after everyone was moving inside. Everyone's outside, fucking screaming, loud music. It's too much. And Rory and I were standing there, and I'll be honest. I was so steamed. I was so steamed at this point. I was just looking at it. I was kind of like doing the old Obi-Wan. I was like, that is not true.
Yo,
not true.
When she was on the fence, she sounded like one of those like war movies when people are trying to call in like air support. Like, there's too many.
Hit the green smoke.
Hit the green smoke.
They're coming for us.
They're coming from everywhere.
What happened to our radar?
Fuck, it was funny, man.
Yeah. So the outcome of that was that obviously it kind of killed the buzz because we had to get everyone inside and be a bit quiet.
Best part was the other neighbor came to the party and she was fucking steamed as well. She's dancing in the kitchen, bro. Like,
it's like polar opposites. One's calling noise complaint, and another's just
the one joins in,
coming and having a good time.
She brought her child to join in. That would have been even better.
Oh,
yeah. And then we had a meeting with the property manager. He came around like 2 days later, and basically we had to tell our side of the story.
Yeah.
And he was real concerned because they've got other tenants in Mount Eden who are like real troublemakers, and he was seemed like he was once bitten, twice shy. He was kind of like, he really thought we were going to be the exact same way. So it took us like half an hour to convince him that the party was like nowhere near as bad as it was. She was making up all that stuff, and then he said, "Oh, you're gonna have to sign some like formal warnings and stuff."
That's the crazy thing about it, is how can you get away with that?
It's crazy how you can believe like one person's opinion when there's 30 people that
I believe the lady that comes in and trespasses.
You got neighbors all around you that you could go up to and be like, "Look, was our party out of hand?" And I guarantee you people would be like, "Nah." Like if you look at the comments on that post, so many people were like, "Yeah, I was down the street and I could hear like the music, but like it just sounded like a fucking normal house party." Like,
the other crazy thing that she said was that she was like, "You guys were up last night partying as well." And I was like, "What? No, I played tennis yesterday with my brother and he was in bed at 11.
Yeah, exactly.
And she's saying like, "Nah, well, I went down the bottom of the driveway and talked to the neighbors and they said it was you guys." And I was like, "What?"
It was just
What's going on?
It's another one of those. She's just trying to get us in trouble. Like she's just trying to make stuff up. But
I mean, you probably put more effort into, like, I don't know, it's like looking after your child, but I don't think the best thing to do is bring in your child and try and guilt trip everybody in the house.
It's a guilt trip. It's like, if I bring my child, you can't, like, you know, tell me to, like, fuck off or she said that she was fearing for her life as well. Which is, like, ridiculous. Like, no one even confronted her other than Rory, which to tell her to, like, calm down and, like, nothing's going to happen.
In New Zealand, it is, like, by law, you have to call noise control if there's noise. You cannot walk into the house and... You know. Yeah. Okay, so someone's got a chainsaw. You walk in and die because some crazy bastard's got a chainsaw out. Yeah. But it's like, what? Just call noise control.
I think her walking in necessarily isn't the biggest issue because we had an open party, kind of, like.
Well, the neighbor came in.
You could literally just walk through and turn up to the party, like so. Like you can't really say like,
that side of it.
you can't come in without authorization because people were doing that.
Yeah.
So in her argument, she could do that, but you can't.
But it's still the same thing.
The way she was filming was just like so illegal, dude. So fucking illegal.
That's what I did when I saw her. I didn't even know who she was, and I just started waving to her.
Oh my god! Way to make the matter worse, eh?
Oh, waving is not.
I thought,
hey, little guy.
I was wondering who she was the first day. I was so confused because I was like, I don't remember seeing this lady on the invite list or anything. I was like, who is that? Whose child is that?
That was crazy, man.
That was mind-blowing. Yeah, so that was my first run-in with someone who's blatantly lied to just like get their way. Yeah. And in terms of the law, I was like, wow, that is low to do in front of your child. Oof.
Yeah. It's still crazy how like you can believe one person, you know.
I think it's hard because when you have 3 dudes in a flat, you're instantly gonna link to the fact that it's like, okay, they're causing havoc, and the lady with her child. But if you go to sleep is.
But they've never caused, like, you guys have never caused any issues. Like, we haven't had any like drinks over like probably like 8 people. Yeah. Ever.
And like the whole time you were there, probably won't be able to do a party again because we're at the mercy of her essentially. Like if we have 12 people around, and she decides that's too much, and calls our landlords. Like,
you know what you do?
We could be getting kicked
Is
out.
you lock the front door, you lock every door, and you only allow like an entrance through the side, and you get everyone to like fucking tick a box or some shit when they arrive. You print
Like
out the guest list. Yeah, you sign in, and then you can count up the amount of people that fucking came. And then you stick cameras around the house. Yeah. And then when she rocks up again, you can be like, motherfucker, you came at 9.
It's like, you shouldn't need that much admin just to have people around, eh?
No, you should.
Because when I used to go to, like, every Saturday, we go to Maddie's place to drink. And noise control would come every day. But
right.
What noise control do is they give you a slip that says if you make more noise within the next 48, 72 hours, then you get a fine. If you don't, then it's fine.
Makes sense.
So, okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay, it's more than 3 days. Let's do it again.
Get fucked up.
It was every weekend that noise control came.
Yeah.
And I think the cops came after noise control like once, but it was the same neighbors. They just keep doing it. But like respect to the neighbors because they just called noise control.
It was one of those times where like their new law for the cops due to like the COVID thing where they could just walk into the house.
Yeah, that was another thing. Yeah.
Was that the COVID law? What was that law?
Yeah,
again?
so it was they have a right to walk into your house if they suspect that you have more than.
Yeah, it was COVID. It was like if you had too many people in your house.
So that was when 10 people was the maximum size that you could have.
I remember when I heard that on the news, and I was like, "There's no way that's legal.
That's crazy.
There's no way you can make that."
We had a big debate about that
because Maddie, because they come into the house and they count numbers, and there's only 10 of us, so they're like, "Oh, that's fine." Our Constable Brown leaves, and then Maddie walks back to his room, and he has like this, those like airsoft rifles where you like clip the front down and like put pellets in. He grabs his airsoft rifle and he comes out. "I'm not going back, boys. I'm not going back. I've seen what's happened in Germany. This is not happening." I'm just like, dude, stop. Like, he's like, "Germany, France, it's not happening again. You can't do it to us." And I was like, dude, put the gun away, eh?
That's when you know someone's fucking steamed.
Was this while the police were there?
No, they left. Of course. He wouldn't do that in front of the police. He's a soft cock.
He's a soft cock.
And that was funny as though. I was crying of laughter because he was dead serious.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, I'm not doing this again, man. I can't handle this." And I'm just standing there. I was just crying, just laughing so hard.
I still can't believe that, man.
That's a weird
Is
time.
that still like part of our...
Nah.
Obviously, we're allowed to have more than 10 people, so...
Well, yeah, the cops would have just showed up the on-ramp then. Well, they did, but they didn't walk in.
They did.
They stayed outside.
Didn't Angus know one of the girls that was a cop?
One of the
She was
police
meant to
that
come
showed
to the
up
party.
was on the guest list. Yeah.
What?
She was on the guest list.
Oh, wow.
And she couldn't come, I'm pretty sure, because she was working, right?
Yeah. And then I met her a couple weeks later and we talked about it.
Yeah.
And had a good laugh about
That's
it.
funny.
That's fucking hilarious.
What did she say? She would have been like...
She said like it was nothing compared to parties she gets called out to.
Yeah, there's been... I've been to parties that have been a lot worse than that.
Yeah.
Well, I can't even say that's worse because it wasn't even a bad party. It was just, we might have made noise, but we would have calmed down if just noise control showed up at one point instead of to sub like an hour and a bit just to sort out the problem with the neighbor and just ruin the fun for everyone. If noise control just showed up, then it would have been fine because at least noise control is here to tell everyone here that we need to turn the music down. Because there were like a few dudes who they're like, "Oh no, we're fine, man. We can be outside," and we were just like, "Dude, just go inside. We don't want to cause any problems." Yeah. But if noise control showed up, then everyone would have just been like, "Okay, we need to turn the music down. It's fine." But when someone comes through the house with a camera and a child, it's not really the best pitch to.
I still say, man, like, because if you want to have like a party in the future, I still think you should have taken not to court, but like you should have fucking done something because if you did that, you would have like a legal documentation that she isn't allowed to like just walk into the property.
Yeah.
You could put like some form of, what do you call it, like the what's that word? What's the fucking thing where you can't get in a certain distance of someone. What's the word I'm looking for?
Restraining order?
Restraining order, that's the one.
It'd be funny if it was like 100 meters because she's literally she's right there.
Restraining order on your neighbor who lives.
But like
there.
you could like do something like that, So it would stop her, and it would force her to have to literally just call the cops or call noise control. And if they're calling noise control at 9 o'clock, they'd be like, "It's fucking 9 o'clock."
I spoke to the guys and I
call us back in 2 hours.
Yeah,
I did say we should press charges, not as like a revenge, but just to protect us in the future, So I agree with that, but yeah, they didn't really want to go through the hassle, and fair enough, It can be a bit of a drag.
Yeah, because then you got to go to court.
Yeah,
and all that.
you got to go. It's a lot of work, but it's like it depends if you want to have like gatherings in the future. Yeah, you're gonna have the issue again.
I'd say like the thing we had the other day before Subfocus that was like a good number of people because we could have fit more people in the lounge, but I think that kind of gathering was like fine.
Right. Was there was like 8 or 10 people?
I think there was 10 of us.
10, yeah.
Yeah, 10 or 11, and that's a good number because it's not like we know fucking heaps of people. So. But
I don't know many
we don't need like parties like that all the time.
We don't have many friends.
Yeah. One of those is like a good one and done. Like it's happened.
That's what we said. We're like, we don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
Until next week.
Yeah. Anyway,
the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
You guys wanted to know about a little bit about the hike that I went on.
Ah, yes.
So
yeah.
So over the New Year period, or just after, I went on a nice family holiday, and we went down to Nelson, and we did the Heaphy Track.
The what?
The Heaphy.
Heaphy.
The old
Heaphy.
Heaphy.
It's spelled Heaphy.
Okay.
So it's got an interesting spelling.
Heaphy.
Heap.
Heaphy.
And yeah, basically it's titled one of New Zealand's great walks.
Wow.
So it was
one of
one of the great
was it
walks
great?
in New Zealand. It was great. It had its moments, but essentially this hike was 78 kilometers.
Oh my god.
In 4 days. So 4 days, 3 nights. 3 nights stay.
I just kept running.
And running. And then when I wanted to start running, I kept running.
Yeah, I actually thought
and then when I got to the
movie.
top, I walked back.
I thought about that movie after like the second day of walking. I was like, there's no way Forrest Gump just kept running. Dude would have got...
There's no way, Steven Spielberg. Absolutely not.
Dude would have got tendinitis within the first 2 days, bro.
Oh,
fucking blisters.
Blisters, yeah.
Needed food, needed water.
But no, this walk is crazy because it's basically 20 kilometers a day of walking, which is a lot. And then on top of that, you're in huts. So you take your own food, you take water, you take clothing, you take camp equipment.
Yep.
So my pack would have been about 15 kilograms just walking that far. So it adds on to it.
15 kgs.
That's fucking a lot of weight,
Yeah,
man.
it was a lot of stuff, yeah. But
I'd be over it after the first day, bro.
Yeah.
After one day, I'd be like, I'm fucking camping out for the rest of it, man.
Yeah, no, it's really a grind, but kind of in a good way. But the thing is, you're like forced to do it, like because once you have your accommodation, you can't really go back because you have to organize like a 3-hour trip to get to the start of the track, or like a 2-hour trip.
Right.
And then once you're on the track, you've got like certain booking spots for the huts that you have to fulfill.
Yeah.
Because you can't, say you're sore, you can't like wait a day because someone else is coming to take your bed in the campsite, someone else that's doing it.
Okay.
And the one crazy thing happened to the worst possible people that it could happen to. So there was these 2 older ladies, maybe in their 50s or 60s, doing the track, which it's quite a task, it's a long trek.
50,
60 Ks. And basically on this track, there's like huts maybe every 10, 15 kilometers. So you choose 3 of them to stay in, and there's maybe like 6 huts on the track that you can stay at. And so I don't know if they messed up their booking or if the dock hut messed up their booking, but basically they got told that they weren't able to stay in the hut that they thought they would 20 kilometers away. They actually had to go to the next one 30 kilometers away.
Oh my god.
So
come on, Dorothy, we got a ways to go. Oh man.
If we die, we die.
So these old ladies ended up doing 30 kilometers in one day with a pack on their back. And this is like up mount, because it's a mountain track. And it's up mountains and down.
Oh my god, bro. Fuck that.
So basically they left at 6 a.m. on one of the mornings. And then they walked to the hut that we were at, that they were supposed to be staying. They walked the 10K to that hut. And then I was waking up at like 9:30 and I saw them. And they basically said, yeah, we woke up at 6 and we've already been walking 3 hours. And now they have to start the walk that I did, which was the 20K walk for the day.
Oh my god.
So.
Whew. Bro, I don't even know if I could do that and I'm 23.
Yeah, honestly.
With the extra...
It takes a toll on your body.
With the extra 15 kilos, I could
probably...
I could do it without the extra weight, man. But I don't do a lot of hiking and walking, so like the extra weight would fucking kill you, man.
Your joints would definitely end up hurting.
I did it when I was in Europe, when I was in like Portugal.
Yeah.
I pretty much just like backpacked around like Portugal.
Yeah.
Stayed in like Airbnbs, but pretty much like the day we're just walking around with our bags. And like, fuck man, I had like pretty much all of my shit on my back, like the whole fucking time, bro. And it's just like every time I'd get back to the house or the where I was staying, I was just fucking dead, man.
Yeah. Well, you probably did at least 15k a day.
Oh, I was doing like probably like 15Ks a day.
Yeah.
Easily,
yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure the first day me and my mate did like, I can't remember, but it was over 20K.
Yeah.
Because like we first arrived and we couldn't get into our like Airbnb until I think like 3 p.m. and we arrived in the morning. Sure. Because it was the easiest time to get there from from Spain to Portugal.
That, eh? Oh, you can't come until 3.
Yeah. So we're like, fuck, I've got literally my whole like Europe trips bag with me. So I had to walk around with like my backpack around like fucking Portugal.
And it was summertime, was it?
Yeah, it was like
middle of summer.
Like end of August.
Yeah, really hot.
Sorry, no, beginning of August.
Yeah.
So it was like kind of like the middle of summer for them sort of thing. But it was still fucking hot, man. It was like 29 degrees, 30 degrees.
Fuck.
And I'm just like fucking full backpack. Had like sunburns and shit.
Yeah. Walking takes a lot out of you, but you do get into the rhythm, and because it's a track and you have to do it. It's kind of like a grind in a good way. Like you just get it done.
Yeah, the thing about hiking is if you go 15k up, it's like, oh man, I want to turn around, but it's like, well, when you think about it, it's another 15k back in the other direction. May as well keep going.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a bit of like a false kind of positive in your head that kind of tells you to keep going.
It's like if you didn't have a choice, if you had a choice to turn around or stop at any time, say you were walking around the neighborhood with 15 kgs on your back. I don't know why you did this, but you probably wouldn't be able to go 20k, like you'd just call it early, but because you have to do it,
but because it's one of the top New Zealand walks,
it's one of the great walks in
one
New
of the
Zealand.
great walks in New Zealand.
It's like a survival instinct.
Yeah, it is.
It's like
you
a
really
survival
have to do
instinct.
it. Yeah. But the walk itself is really beautiful. Like it's over like the ranges in Nelson, and you basically start along this really big river, and it's like really clear, nice water, and then you go up into the hills. And one of the attractions of the track is like, you kind of, if you've played Minecraft, which I know both of you guys have, I'm gonna give a Minecraft analogy.
We found diamonds.
We have got them, boys.
But
We're fully kidding.
One of the attractions of the track is like you go through 5 different like biomes, essentially.
It's the woodland biome.
We've reached the swamp biome.
So you kind of go.
The grass plains.
Snow in winter.
Yeah. So the whole attraction of the track is like it's a 80k track, which is really long, but you go through like 5 really different, diverse sceneries. So you've got like, essentially you've got beach, rainforest, mountain, a bit of mountain, river, and then like countryside.
Yeah.
So you've got like, it's like really cool. You get to see everything, and it's so clean. And beautiful. One of the funny things that happened was that like 5 kilometers into the walk, we're walking up a hill, and these 2 wekas just walked out of the bush.
Two what?
And a weka is like a flightless bird that looks like a kiwi.
Right.
And I saw it, and I was like yelling like, I saw a kiwi. I've never seen a kiwi before. And then we all thought we saw a kiwi. And then we were kind of like, it doesn't really have the right beak. Like that's one of the main differences.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh shit, maybe we didn't see one. And then we do the track, and these weka are like everywhere, and they're like kiwi, but they're so brave. Like they'll come right up to your leg and try to like steal food out of your hand,
right,
and stuff. And they look like fucking dinosaurs, like miniature dinosaurs.
Yeah. Oh really?
Prehistoric looking things.
Yeah, they look creepy as. But we got to the guest hut, and there's like an intentions book where you write how your day was. You like check in and you write how your day was.
Just start off. Oh fuck me!
I wanted to jump off the cliff when I got to the top of the mountain.
I saw a kiwi, and then the next day you come back, it's just crossed out.
You dipshit.
That's what's funny, because we get to the hut and we see the intentions book, and someone's written, "This track is so beautiful. We even saw 10 kiwi on a first day."
That's when you know that what you saw wasn't a kiwi.
I saw a stegosaurus on the horizon.
Velociraptor.
A pterodactyl helped us the way out.
Fuck, that's funny, man.
Yeah.
But we kind of saw the same sort of like scenery when we took our trip like up north.
Yeah.
Like you notice how like here, like if you look around, like, here, it's so green, bro. It's so like everywhere's green. Like every tree, all the grass. But as soon as you, well, no, because when you go up north, the grass is fucking yellow.
No, yeah, we played on a yellow golf course.
Yeah, the grass is
We
yellow.
played
Yeah,
on a golf course. There was pretty much like sand dunes and rocky.
yeah, dude. As soon as you get,
It looks beautiful.
as soon as you pretty much get like past Whangarei and you get to sort of like Kirikiri,
Yeah.
it might even be like past Kirikiri, but like sort of Kirikiri onwards, it's like it looks like Australia.
Yeah, it's so dry.
It's so dry. It's yellow. You don't see like really any greenery, other than maybe like some of the like mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, have we told you about the
Yeah, do you want to tell the
bushfire?
Oh no, I heard about it. Yeah, nah.
So
tell the story. Tell the story
so
from
we-
the start, because there were two real big problems we had with the trip.
Yes.
Why don't you just tell the whole?
So, essentially, wow.
Jesus, a lot to go through.
We tried to, I
We
would
try
say
to have
sneak
a nice,
in
honest holiday.
sneak in a few people into the fucking accommodation,
Well, the limit was 4.
and we had 6 on the first night,
Yeah,
which was fine. We had actually no
6 is
complaints.
fine,
We had no
yeah.
complaints.
yeah.
We got fucked up first night. Second night we had 7 people. We got even more fucked up.
Jesus.
And then the next day, we were just like chilling. You, Thomas, and Goose went
Yeah.
for like a walk along the beach, like around the like the end of the cove. Me,
We were
Luke,
in Ahipara, by the way.
Ahipara,
I don't know
yeah.
if
So
we
we're
said
like
Ahipara.
90
Bottom
Mile
of
Beach,
90 Mile Beach,
so
yeah.
kind of 14 kilometers away from like Kaitaia.
Yep.
And me, Luke, and Zach were staying in the accommodation, just chilling. And you guys like come back, and you're like, oh, someone's like set off like a bonfire like
Yeah.
on the mountain,
Yeah.
and we're like, oh, like we can smell like the smoke now. Like we didn't like realize until like you said it. Like
You can
and
smell
then,
the sausages.
You smelled your bacon.
so we're like, oh shit. So we go out and we look and we're like, oh fuck, that's a pretty big bonfire. And then honestly, probably like 5 minutes later,
Yeah.
we're like, shit, this is growing.
Smoke
And-
is coming past our windows like thick smoke.
Yeah, so we're like sitting there, and it was funny because when you guys were on your walk, Luke sat outside and he goes, "Fuck, it's hot, bro." He's like, "It's so hot today,"
Yeah.
and he's like, "Thank God for this wind." Like, because if it wasn't this
Yeah.
windy,
Oh, the breeze.
it would have been just like
Yeah.
so shit.
Yeah.
Problem was, it
It's the
was
fire just
so
like-
hot, sparked up the fire. The wind just fucking ignited the thing.
Yeah.
And then, honestly, maybe like 40 minutes later, the smoke like funnel went from like this to like fucking this.
Yeah. So it was up on the hill.
And
right?
we were like what, a kilometer and a half away.
Yeah, and it was up on the ridge line. Like we couldn't see it, but we could just start to see smoke growing.
Yeah.
From the ridge
And it
line.
was just getting like blacker and blacker smoke.
Yeah.
And then it got to the point where we were kind of like, and then the smoke actually got bigger because they were putting water on it. So we're like, oh, at least they're putting water on it.
Mhm.
But my first comment was, like, where the hell is the like helicopters? Like,
Where's the cavalry?
bro, it's been like 1 hour and there hasn't been one helicopter.
Yeah.
And they always have like fire problems up that far north because it's so dry
Yeah, it's so dry.
and it's so hot. We saw one fire truck go past, and I'm just like, that ain't gonna help.
Was it arson? Was it arson?
No. So
It was actually
the
heat.
gum trees,
The gum trees.
they just got way too hot, ignited, and then in front of the gum trees was just like a bunch of like scrubs,
Okay.
which is just essentially
Really
dry
dry, yeah.
plantation.
Yeah.
And that just fucking ignited, and then with the wind, it just fucking pushed it.
Yeah.
So it came up the mountain really fast. I remember like probably at the hour mark, me and Luke are standing out on the deck, like watching it, and I'm like, "Fuck, it's getting pretty big."
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you just see like the flames just like
Finally come
go,
over
like,
the hill. Yeah.
bro. They would have been because like I said, we were probably like a kilometer away, maybe a little
Yeah.
bit more, and they would have been a good 30 meters like high.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah,
Like easily, bro, easily 30 meters. Because like from the distance, they were like this fucking high. From the distance we were away. So imagine being like a kilometer closer to them.
Yeah, they
It
were
was
like
fucked, man.
2 times taller than the Kauri gum trees, which are like
Yeah.
already like 15 meters.
Yeah.
Or even bigger.
Dude, it was insane. And then we were like, fuck. And then I remember like a few of it, like Tom was like packing up his shit. We started
Yeah,
packing up all of our shit.
Like you said, the wind. The wind was actually coming directly over our place.
Yeah, it was a southwesterly, so it's coming directly towards us.
Directly to our house. Like, we were literally dead in line with the wind. So we could tell, like, by the time we figured out how big it was, the fact that it was a massive bushfire, we then figured out that it was, like, heading in our direction. Yeah. Like, exactly in our direction. So,
and we ended up packing up sort of our stuff, and then one of the people that was staying, like, at the other apartments around our area, she pretty much said, like, they normally, like, have this, like, every sort of, like, Christmas, New Year time, like, around this period.
Yeah.
And she was like, but I'm actually really surprised, like, how long it's taking them to get, like, the helicopters in, because she's like, normally there's, like, 3 helicopters by now.
Yeah, you'd think they'd be on good call when it's pretty dry, like, 'cause might happen.
Yeah, exactly. Because I remember saying, I was like, where the fuck are the helicopters? At least, like, inspecting it, you know, like, okay, do we need to, like, you know, put more people into this? And eventually the cops came around and pretty much said, you know, like, you guys need to evacuate, grab your shit, and head to the school. And so we packed up our shit, and at this point, like, there was ash just falling all over us, smoke all around us. Like, the whole area was just smoke and
like
grey and orange and shit. Like, it was fucked, man. Like, and we ended up getting to the school, and we're just like chilling there, kind of like, what do we do? And then, because we parked by the superette, and one of the ladies at the superette comes up to me because she saw me, like, park up, and she goes, oh, you know, if you need a place to stay tonight, you can, like, park up, like, just around, like, on the grass over there, because there's cameras facing there. And my instantaneous thought went to, like, if I need cameras on me to stay the night, that means I'm not fucking safe.
Wait,
what? Yeah. Because, like, why else would you tell someone, go park, stay the night there because there's cameras? Like, why else would you say that?
That makes no sense. Wait, why would you want... Wait, why did she want you to park there?
Well, she was saying, like, if you need a place to stay tonight, because we couldn't go back.
Okay.
Because the fire was fucking...
But why... What's the use of cameras?
For our protection.
Our protection.
Oh,
that was my assumption,
see
right?
The car.
Yeah, that was my assumption. Like, if anyone tries to, like, you know...
Rob the car
or whatever. Like, that's how I took it, at least. Like, why else would you tell someone to park there? Because there's
she's
cameras.
just on her fucking cams, just like...
Look at these boys. Oh, yeah. So we ended up at, like, 8 o'clock. We're just, like... We drove back to down to Kerry.
Yeah.
Stay at Luke's place. Or Luke's parents' place. Or his uncle's place? Granddad's place. And, yeah, so we didn't get back to his till, like, 10:30? Something like 10 o'clock. And at this point, we were just so fucking over it. We're like, oh.
Yeah.
And then we stayed the night, got up, chilled for a bit, went and had some, like, breakfast, got back, and then pretty much got told that we could come back up. So we're like, okay, sweet. At this point, Zach had gone. It was pretty much me, Tom, Josh, Angus, and Luke. There was 5.
Yeah.
And we went back up. Luke took his car with Tom, and then I took you and Angus in my car. We get up there, and the lady, like, messages Angus, like, as soon as we step into, like, the apartment, pretty much, and goes, just confirming you guys have 4 people, because we saw 5 people get out of your car.
Oh, man.
And at this point, we're like, fuck, you serious? And then we're like, look, we will, like, pay extra for, like, the more people we have. Like, we're more than happy.
Yeah.
Like, we even said, like, we haven't caused any problems. We cleaned up all of our rubbish. All the rubbish was in the bins. Everything was cleaned. Everything was done. So, like, we left the place in great condition, honestly. And it's like, we'll pay for them. And she's like, nah, like, don't take the piss, essentially.
Yeah, she went from, like, kind passive-aggressive to
just like, don't take the piss.
Like, don't take the piss. Yeah.
And so, like,
it's like don't take the piss is like the reddest red flag.
Yeah, bro.
I know, yeah.
Oh,
so yeah, Luke ended up just driving back to Kerry, so
which sucked. He drove back on the day before New Year's.
On
the 30th.
Yeah. So
he basically drove all the way out after the fire finished, because it's like an hour and a half back to Ahipara, and then 30 minutes later he had to turn around
and go back 2 hours.
Kerry.
Bloody New Year's party poopers, man. There's so many of them in New Zealand.
Yeah, bro. So at this point, we were all kind of just deflated. Especially with Luke's dismissal, it was kind of just
Luke
like
could stay, like,
it was just like fuck. Like I just personally for me, I just felt fucking shit. Like I was like I didn't feel like having like a fucking really good time after like he was like sent home to like sit and carry, you know, like
it feels like if you go to like a concert or something and then one of the boys just like blacks out and can't get in.
Yeah,
that's essentially what that
is.
is.
Exactly.
You're like raving at the concert, like going crazy, but the same thought, you're just
he's sitting outside,
dude's like dead outside. Like,
yeah,
can't do anything.
So yeah, you could tell like instantly, like all of us, we were just kind of, especially with Angus, you could tell Angus was like really fucking over it, and then I was over it, and because I was driving, for me, I was just like, dude, I just want to like get home.
Yeah.
Like I'm kind of like over this shit. Like I've done so much driving this trip. I was just so sick of it.
Because at the same time, when you think about it, okay, Luke's gone home, and then there's 4 of you left. You're thinking now that like, okay, the landlords or whatever, they're watching. Everything you're doing.
Exactly.
And that's like, you don't want a fucking eye on you the whole time.
Yeah, they're gonna be like fucking checking on us, having their friends that they like, you know, have apartments there as well, like coming over and like checking or some shit.
Because the whole idea with those trips is to get away from everything.
Yeah.
And isolate yourself and be on your own. And do your own thing.
That's what we were trying to do.
The old landlords just gazing down.
Like what bothered me the most was like, because I said to Angus before we went, like we probably should have mentioned like we were gonna have a couple more people and asked if it was okay.
Yeah.
At least like notified them, but at the end of the day, it's like we didn't actually cause any problems.
Yeah.
And we didn't have like we went to when we first arrived, there was like a couple and their daughter, I think, staying in like the apartment across from us. So like me and was it Luke or Angus walked over, and I pretty much said like, look, if we're ever like too loud or you know anything like that, just come over and like
join us.
Let us know.
Have a good time.
I pretty much just like let us know, like just say we're being too loud and we'll turn it down or whatever, you know, like rather than like going and calling the fucking landlords and be like, oh, these guys are too loud. So
100 people, 2 DJs.
Yeah,
only 4 people.
Me and
allowed.
Angus were getting flashbacks, man. And this continues to run. We haven't really had a good New Year's for like 3 or 4 years, eh?
Gotta come to a festival, boys.
We're doing Northern Base.
Yep.
Near you and Luke.
Glamperoonies,
Next year.
This
year.
2021, mate.
2021.
Yeah, me, you, and Luke are doing Northern Base.
I'm gonna go Northern Base.
Yeah, I want to do Northern Base. Like the New Year's just gone. I actually wanted to do it, but it kind of never got like organized, and then it got to the point where like I didn't get tickets because no one else mentioned it.
New Year's is hard because getting everyone invested, especially for our trip to Wanaka was actually pretty easy because everyone at the same time was just like, fuck it, let's just do it. And if it only takes like one person just be like,
yeah,
and then it's just like, oh, come on, man.
Yeah, because I like halfway through the year, like the second half of the year, I had the mentality of like, I actually don't want to do a festival this year.
No, I was the same.
I kind of just want to like chill and
Relax.
do what we did. Because the first 2.5 days were fucking mint.
Yeah,
it was fucking mean, bro. We just chilled. We were just drinking and having a good time, playing chess, listening to music, watching cricket and the basketball. Like, we're having a great time. And then just like went to shit.
Just snap the fingers, eh?
And then like when I got back to Auckland, I was just like chilling for New Year's, like, because I personally don't really actually give a shit about New Year's, really.
Just a day of the year.
Yeah, it's like it's a matter of seconds, really, isn't it? And and then, but I was seeing so many people like at like R&V and Northern Base, and I'm just like, damn, I kind of wish like I was at like these events for like.
Because have you been to a festival before? I guess Bay Dreams.
Well, I haven't been for an actual New Year's.
Bay Dreams kind of counts, I guess, because it's kind of the same crowd, but again, it's just another day.
It's just another day. Except Bay Dreams is a fucking long ass and expensive trip.
It's a big
for
haul.
One day.
Yeah. Yeah, our trip was, when we were coming back, we were thinking the same thing, like, oh, this was a really good trip, but I don't know if I could do this again. Because that trip on the first was just so rough. Yeah. Everyone's just like,
Except Northern Base is a lot easier.
Yeah, because it's
only
next
like
to our place in Waipu, so it'll just be like 30 minutes to Waipu. We can just stay at our place and then
So even then, it's only like fucking what?
An hour and a bit
40 kilometers from Auckland. It's like
far.
It's
as opposed
cool,
to the
man.
bloody 1,000 that we had down.
Yeah, but I had to drive 4 and a bit hours up to Ahipara.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah,
and that's like if you drive, just fucking
straight.
Dead. You know, like no stopping. You don't get stuck behind like a slow vehicle or anything.
Yeah. See, for us on when we went down south, it was we left my house on the 27th at 9 a.m. in the morning, and we got to Queenstown accommodation at 10:30 p.m. So it was like 13 and a half hours of traveling. Fuck. And I mean, we stopped in Lake Tekapo and like ate and stuff, but the whole trip was kind of just like full on, and that's 13 and a half hours. It's just like, oh,
jeez. That's like flying.
It's just like
it's like flying to America, basically.
Yeah, it's a
like
long
same
trip.
sort of time frame.
Yep.
Yeah, it just drain you away. But at least you don't have time difference.
Yeah, that's true.
Like you're not like fucking
You're
jet
time
lagged.
traveling.
Yeah.
I'm back a day now. I've lost time.
But nah, I'm definitely keen for like Northern Bass.
Yeah.
If you're keen. I just don't know. I just don't know if you and Angus would like the music, bro.
Yeah.
I would like it because I don't mind it.
Are you into drum and bass? Because that's
Not really,
literally
to be
all it
honest.
is. That's all
No,
it
I've
is.
heard it's not all drum and bass. I was talking to someone.
It's a
Well,
lot
you
of like
get a mix
house,
in- yeah.
house and
Like
stuff.
there's some house and there might be some reggae or something.
Yeah, you
But-
get that a bit,
But
when
drum
we-
and bass is like the main.
Is the main
axe.
focus.
It's
Yeah.
the main focus. Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind it too much. I don't hate it, but I mean, if everyone's going, like, I'm sure it'll be a good vibe.
You enjoy
anyway.
it, yeah, when everyone's around.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how we go with it.
That was good.
So
Just
we
some
got
cleaning,
Rory over here doing some fucking cleaning.
Some
What are you cleaning
bare
there, Rory?
naked cleaning.
My room.
Good on you.
The cameraman's just behind there. Just.
Have you cleaned your room, Josh?
Yeah, Rory. Can you
No,
check it's still
my
recording?
room hasn't been cleaned. No.
Pay him.
No.
Still alive.
Cheers, mate.
How good? How long have we been recording for?
We are up to 47 minutes, 16 seconds, 17 seconds, 18 seconds, 19 seconds.
20? 21? 22?
22. Yeah.
Sweet, so we got 2 hours to go.
Oh, fuck.
Welcome to the Joe Rogan experience.
Welcome to the fucking Joe Rogan experience.
Get the mushrooms out, mate. It's
How
gonna be
does
a
that
long
guy?
haul.
How does he talk for that long, man?
It's interesting,
This
dude.
is good for
It
it.
just gets like
He's really good at interviewing.
he asks the good
He's
questions.
really good at asking questions. And he gets people on that have like a...
Have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Like a lot
And
of
he's
stuff.
genuinely interested in like everything he talks about.
Yeah.
And but even when he's not interested, he can just talk the most shit you've ever
Yeah.
heard. Like the one that he did with Post Malone is probably the most bogus podcast I've ever listened to in my life.
Yeah, but they're all fucked.
They were just
They were
absolutely
tripping
toasted
balls.
on mushrooms. and
Yeah.
Were they on mushroom? I haven't seen them.
They were on like the
It's like
come
2.5
down.
hours. They're just
Are they even making?
they're like leaning on
sense?
the mic. They're like
Dude,
like
dude.
that kind of podcast.
The podcast was like 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
Dude, for like an hour and a half, they talked about aliens.
That's madness, right?
For an hour and a half, they were talking about fucking aliens, and
Coors
conspiracies,
Light,
and
Bud
shit.
Light and shit.
Are they talking coherently or
Yeah.
do you really have to
Post
like?
Malone is, dude. I started falling asleep just because his voice is so soothing.
Yeah.
He's like this close to the mic. He's like, I was talking about aliens. And,
Yeah.
it's,
He like starts
so
asking these
soothing.
questions like, "Yeah, man, do you believe in aliens?" Like, fuck, bro.
what is that shit?
Dude, and the guy was like dragging a fucking cigarette every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Bro, he
Dude,
would have gone
about
through like two
2
packs
packs.
cigarettes.
Fucking hell.
It
On
was
mushrooms.
insane.
On mushrooms.
Yeah. Sure. So.
He would like finish one, take a swig of a beer, like light up another one.
Fuck.
It was
That's
insane.
mad,
Like I was,
man.
because I watched it on it was on YouTube at the time, before he went to Spotify, and then I listened to the end of it on Spotify because when I went back on Spotify, I listened to it on Spotify. Yeah, so I watched like pretty much the first 3/4 on YouTube, and yeah, I was just watching Post Malone essentially just drag a cigarette every time he finished one. It's
He
just
does
like
it like really
constant.
fast as well. Like he's like,
Yeah, he's like
And he's like
chain
that.
smoked the shit out of him, man. I was like, holy crap, your
Guy's
throat
pretty
would be
admirable.
fucked. Can you imagine your throat after going through like a packet of cigarettes?
well, his voice is pretty ashy already. Like it's getting there already. It's
Yeah.
Like, it's just like.
I love how he's like, oh yeah, because he asked Joe Rogan like what type of music he listened to, and Joe Rogan was like, oh, I listen to like anything really, and he's like, yeah, I can sing with auto tune.
He was so honest about that. Eh? He's opened up. He's like, yeah, I don't. Like, I don't.
Yeah, it's fucking funny.
Bloody posty.
Man. Throw us the walnuts, mate.
Hey, do another slide. This was never planned by the way.
Oh, a spin.
Look at 360.
Because I hit the fucking the bag, bro.
Got these walnuts. I was planning to make a nice like walnut cheese melt for Christmas.
Oh yeah.
You get one of those like rinds of cheese. You put it onto a plate, and then you sprinkle it with walnuts and honey, and then you melt it in the oven.
Oh,
Right.
And it's really, really good.
Oh, yeah.
So what happened to it?
Yeah.
Just didn't end up doing it.
You just forgot.
Just one of those things.
Just didn't wake up on
It
Christmas
was really
Day.
good. No, what it was we ate so much food over Christmas. Like Christmas is always wild like that.
Yeah.
I just ate so much, and then there's like no way you can eat cheese
Yeah.
after all of that stuff
Nah.
on Christmas.
No.
Like,
Bro, have you ever, like, I'm assuming you guys cook up, like, a Christmas ham
Yeah.
or something? Bro, have you seen how much fucking meat is on a ham?
it's
a lot,
ridiculous.
Dude,
Isn't
we
that
have a
just a
half
leg
ham,
as
and it
well?
lasted us, like, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, a month on a half ham. A family of 4.
Yeah.
It's insane, bro. I'm pretty sure we didn't even finish it. I'm pretty
all
sure we
we
just
ate was
fucking
ham.
binned the rest of it.
And we
Just
only
throw
had
old
ham.
Porky in the fucking trash.
It was fucking funny.
Isn't that just a leg as well?
Leg of lamb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Christmas
Yeah.
is leg
Leg
of
of
lamb.
lamb.
Yeah.
Leg of ham.
Ham. It's pork.
Leg of ham. Sorry.
So that's a ham. Like
You're getting
that
your
big-
meats mixed up.
The big thing the size of like a basketball is just a leg, right? Or it's even bigger.
It's a leg, yeah.
It sits in the
It's
fridge.
it's probably about like fucking yay big.
Jeez.
for this
Yay
big.
big.
Bro, a half ham would be like this big.
Right, it's just
Bro,
like you said yay big.
a half
I
ham
don't think I've
is-
ever heard someone say that in my life.
Wow, yay big.
It's about
bro,
yay,
yay big. You've never heard someone say
I
yay
heard
big?
someone say, I think yay high. Like, oh, it's about
Yay
yay high or
I always say yay big.
yay big.
Oh. Well, it's, I think, what, half's like, what, 7 kilos?
Just meet your
6
tin a
kilos?
day. It's about yay big.
Yeah, like a half.
Only 7.
It's about 7 kilos.
My leg would be about 7 kgs, wouldn't it?
Bro, 7 kilos of meat.
Of meat, yes.
Well, it's a bone through the middle, but other than that, it's just meat.
Yeah.
A full ham is, I think, 12? Maybe more? I'm trying to remember back to my
Like the
butcher
whole
days.
thing.
A full ham, yeah.
A full ham.
Bro, I've seen a full ham, like, cooked up. Jeez. I don't know how you have to have, like, a family of, like, fucking 30
Yeah.
to finish that shit.
Are you talking about one of those roasts where the pig has like the apple in its mouth and it's like the whole thing?
No, I'm talking about a whole fucking ham. A Christmas ham.
Like a leg.
Well, yeah.
It is, yeah. It's a leg of ham.
It comes in 2 sizes.
Yeah, you get a half ham and you get a full
So
ham.
you get half leg or full.
It's about yay big.
Yeah, it's about yay big to yay big. No, I don't know. Like, it's like well, double.
Right.
You've never seen a whole ham.
No, I just see it when it comes in like that.
Like the
half
wrap.
watermelon, and it's all wrapped up.
Half.
Well, that's
No,
kinda
that-
what it looks like. You know, it's in that
That's
shape.
that's a half leg of ham.
That's half the leg.
That's half leg of ham.
Yeah.
So you get the.
And so there's another side to
There's
it,
another side to it.
but it's not a circle, right? It's not a big circle. that
No,
they
it's
cut
not
in
a
half.
basketball. No.
No.
It's like a long.
It's like a long leg.
It's literally cut in half. It's literally cut in half. If you look at a full ham, it's shaped like it goes like out like this and then comes up. It looks like a fucking big ball sack with a stubby little cock at the top. That's essentially what a whole ham looks like. And then a half ham is just cut in halves.
Right.
So you have like the stub with the fucking
The whole
The tomato
meat
in the
there.
mouth.
yeah. And that's why it stands like you put it. You half ham, you stand like upwards, so it comes up
Yeah.
like this, and then it comes up like that.
God, ham is good, eh?
It's fucking good. You can cook it so many ways too, because you can like smoke it, you can glaze it.
Mm.
But like as soon as you start getting into the middle of the ham, it just starts drying out.
Yeah. Pork crack. Oh,
Oh, how good's fucking pork, mate? What's your favorite meat?
penis.
Is that what? Is that like fucking human?
Bison penis. My favorite meat is easily venison. And
Really?
you know exactly why I like
Silver Fern
venison.
Farms, yeah.
Venison is
Venison's
oh,
beef, right?
No.
What's
What?
what's fucking venison?
Venison's deer.
Oh dear,
Yeah.
shit. I don't know.
It's
I've
deer
I've
and
never
it's
had
deer.
venison.
Oh mate,
Really?
venison is a whole different ball game. I just realized I had
Well,
coffee.
do we have wild
It's
venison?
cold as fuck
we've
now,
we've
mate.
got
No,
wild
it's like
deer in
salt.
New Zealand.
Hmm?
We got wild deer in New Zealand, don't we?
Yeah. That's. Oh, yeah. No, we have wild deer.
Actually, you know that there's a
We
difference.
used to have those conversations. You'd have conversations with people in the supermarket all the time.
No, exactly, yeah.
Old Bruce would come up to your stand and say, "Oh,
Is this wild?
Wild venison's way better than
Yeah.
venison."
It's the way to have it.
I used to have
Like
people come
gaming.
up to me at the when I used to work at the butchery. I had this one lady. She'd always come in, and I never understood the question until recently, because now they do it at supermarkets. But she'd be like, "Oh, so is the beef grass or wheat fed?"
Yeah. Yeah, we
And-
know this one as well.
Yeah.
And I'm like sitting there, I'm like standing there because at the butchery, like I had no fucking idea. Like
Yeah.
I don't get a sign on the box being like, "Oh yeah, this cut of beef is like fucking wheat fed or grass fed.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I used to just be like, I'll get that for you. I'll just walk into the store, grab a random packet of fucking beef, and just be like, yeah, this is wheat fed.
Yeah.
And she'd definitely go home
And she'd just believe it.
This is some great.
She wouldn't fucking
grain-fed
know.
meat.
And which blows my mind. It's like, if you're requesting that, you must be able to tell the difference, right?
Well, maybe she can. She just goes home and.
But why would? But it's like
Doesn't
ask.
enjoy
But
it.
why would you ask that if you don't tell the difference? Because there actually apparently is a difference.
There is a
There
difference.
is a difference. Yeah.
There's a difference.
So the
One's
norm-
more fatty, right?
I'm not sure actually. I just know the norm in the States is to have grain-fed beef.
Grain. What's that? That's
That-
wheat.
Yeah, that's the wheat. Yeah. They just call it grain-fed
Because most cows in New Zealand are grass fed.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, you
I'd
don't
say
have
all
to-
cows in New Zealand are grass-fed, right?
It's not that hard
Yeah.
to figure it out. You drive into the country and there's
But we get a
all
lot
the
of
cows are sitting on grass.
we get a lot of Australian beef though.
Yeah, Pack and Saves do bring in a lot of
Australian would be
beef.
grain.
We
as
get a
well
lot of
because-
like
Someone else would be grain.
Australian sirloin, like sirloin cuts.
Yeah.
No, Australian would be grain because it's a lot drier.
Yeah.
So it's harder to grow
Yeah.
good grass.
Yeah. So that's.
Nice.
Man, this is getting good.
Try it with my coffee.
I actually haven't had. I actually haven't had any food after the gym, so this is actually a good fucking little snack for it.
Some good nuts, mate.
No, so venison, you gotta try venison. What's your favorite meat?
Maybe venison if it's done right.
So just
You know.
blue rare.
Yeah, like genuinely quite rare.
Because we would try it. We had the same idea in supermarkets. I really didn't want to cook through venison because it ruins it.
Yeah.
So as soon as you
Yeah.
cook, like someone comes up to your stand, they're like, "Oh, you know what? I don't actually like my venison like that." And it's like, why are you wasting your money on venison? Just buy a brick and then cook that.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
Because that's
If you like
basically
your
what
meat
overcooked
cooked
meat
through.
tastes
So
like.
do you cook venison like you cook duck? Like hardly
I've
like
never
at all?
cooked
Yeah,
duck.
yeah. Well,
Like, you can't cook
but
duck
it's
very
it's
long.
a very different meat. Duck's sort of like chicken.
Yeah.
Like the texture. But venison's hard to get right because for a start you have to eat it as soon as it's off.
Yeah.
And the problem with
Oh, so you don't let it
silverfin
rest.
farms.
Yeah.
Well, you do let it rest, but you obviously keep it hot. Like you wrap it.
Tin foil it. Yeah.
And the problem with doing those gigs is that, like, you know, you're not making it and people aren't queuing up. You have to wait for someone to come and get it. So
It's
like
just-
30
it's just
minutes later.
toughening up.
Yeah. So
It's
for
getting
context,
tougher.
we're standing in a supermarket and we're cooking the meat in the supermarket, promoting it, and then handing it out to people. But when you leave it out there for too long and no one's walking past, then it
No.
goes.
It just gets cold.
Sorry,
Yeah.
vegans.
Sorry,
And
vegans.
if you want to eat a raw piece of meat, I think it definitely has to be hot because otherwise you just think it's a cold, uncooked piece of meat, first of all, because it's really red.
You'd rather eat
But also
a
it's a
raw,
lot
hot
softer.
piece of meat.
Well, not raw,
Well,
because when you...
I'd say blue rare is
Blue-
probably the best way to do. Maybe somewhere between blue rare and rare is the best
Yeah.
way to do venison.
Yeah.
Because
That's essentially just like.
yeah, it literally says like, you know, you do it for a minute on each side, and that's all
Yeah.
you need. You just need a way to bite into the actual venison, and you get, because that's where all the iron is. As soon as you cook all the way through it, you lose all that all that blood inside there, which holds out that iron.
And it
Yeah.
keeps it tender as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. But the other thing is that you really need to cook it from room temperature. Like, it has to be warm.
Oh, most
all the way
meats you
through.
normally
That was
cook from.
crazy.
Room,
Some people
other
didn't know
things
that,
are
eh?
like that. But if you think about it, if you cook a meat rare for 2 minutes on each side and the meat's just come out of the fridge, by the time 2 minutes is up, that meat's going to have reached like 30 degrees. Maybe not even that.
Yeah.
Because meat insulates really well. And you basically, it's not even blue at that stage. It's just still raw. Like, it's still raw meat.
raw meat.
But
Still red as fuck.
Yeah, that's one thing. Like when you're in the supermarkets and you start those demonstrations, and people walk up to your stand, it's just, have you got anything ready yet? It's just like, no, just letting it get to room temp. And then people, I remember I had a lady once who had like complained. She's like, oh, shouldn't you be doing something? Like, I am. I'm waiting for the thing to get to room temp. She's like, oh, you don't really need to do that. You can just chuck it on.
Yeah, you
I was
fucking
like,
do.
I do.
I do.
And
If you want to taste something that's good, I need to do this.
dude,
Yeah,
the amount
exactly,
of times,
yeah.
like in my head in the supermarket, I'm like, okay, this is the day. This is the day where I literally just
Flip the table.
flip the
Fucking-
table and say like, you know what, you're wrong for once. And then everyone in the supermarket just goes, oh,
This guy.
did he just say the customer's wrong?
What would
Yeah.
trigger you the most on your shifts? Because for me, it was definitely, you'll probably have the same one, but it's when you like nail a piece of meat, and it's not even rare because rare is quite niche.
But the person who
But
comes
say-
across wants it cooked more.
Yeah, well, say you do like a beautiful medium rare, you know? It's
Yeah.
like the outside's nice and crisp, like burnt. The inside's a nice pink,
Yeah.
like just in the middle.
Yeah.
And someone comes up and looks at it and they're like, oh, I don't like raw meat.
Yeah, that was
Like-
pretty triggering.
It's like you just nailed a piece of meat.
But that's why like beef and shit is really like difficult because you can cook it so many different ways and people like it different ways.
Yeah.
So if you're like, if you're sampling like chicken or pork, it's most likely gonna be cooked like the same throughout, you know. Whereas beef, you can have like people like it like well done, people like it medium rare, fucking raw.
Raw meat.
Don't even cook it.
Sushimi.
Give it to me straight off the bone.
Yeah. Speaking of that, do you guys like sashimi?
We caught
Sashimi, like-
we caught Trevally the other day on a fish charter, and the guy was saying you can make sushimi with it.
Oh, really?
So we might try that. I've never had sushimi before.
You never. So
Well,
have
I
you guys
guess
had raw fish?
if you count
before?
sushi with
Salmon. Yeah.
raw salmon.
Yeah.
I don't mind it in small doses. If I eat too much like raw sea, like I'm not a big like seafood fan.
Right.
So if I eat too much like raw fish, I end up just feeling like quite not
Lightheaded?
not sick, but like kind of like queasy. I'm just
You
like,
wouldn't
oh
be used to eating that sort of thing as well.
yeah. But I had it when I went to for our Christmas, like my work
That's
dinner.
right.
We
Yeah,
went
because
to-
I was
is it
talking to
Masu?
you about that.
Masu?
Yeah.
Yeah.
the Japanese restaurant in town, and we got like raw, like tuna, salmon, and all this shit. It was fucking nice, bro. Like I really enjoyed it, but it got to the point where it's just like I couldn't eat more because I just felt like sick eating all this
work
raw.
dues as well.
Yeah.
Always at the work dues that have too much food. I'm just,
Yeah,
But I was saying to you so obviously you had soy sauce, right, with the fish.
I took the soya sauce.
Also have it with the
No,
wasabi.
I can't do hot
do
shit, bro.
wasabi.
I can't
but
do wasabi.
Wasabi's not really hot. in
the
that
wasabi's not
sense.
hot.
What do you mean it's not hot?
It's not a spice. Like it doesn't have
It's still fucking hot.
It's got no peppers in it, right?
what's it called? Yeah, peppers.
It's got no peppers in
It's
it.
got no chili.
What, chili?
Yeah, but it's still
not a
fucking
chili.
hot.
Yeah, it's if you get a really spicy chili, it burns your mouth for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
If you have too much wasabi, your nose. Have you ever felt that?
Your sinus is open and
your sinus is open, and it lasts like 20 seconds.
Bro, I had wasabi on accident. I thought it was fucking avocado.
Oh yeah, this is gonna make good toast.
Bro, I thought it was fucking avocado. Chucked it on my sushi, bro.
No wonder, bro.
And then I
'Cause
just
at
fucking...
that level.
There's a reason why it's in a syringe.
I fucking ate it. I fucking ate it, and I was just like, wow! Fucking R2D2 in this bitch, bro. Just like,
No.
Oh
next
my God.
podcast, I'll bring some proper wasabi.
We should do a mukbang. What is it called? A mukbang?
Let's do this.
Is that what that's called? You know what that is?
What?
You know what a mukbang is? Is that what it's called?
mukbang.
Is that like Indonesian or something?
It's like I've seen it on YouTube. Like people just have like an entire table of food and they just sit behind the camera and start eating it and they just chat.
Is that an
hell.
English word?
Nah, I want to say it's
Hello.
Has it-
Well,
what's
I
it
think
called
it's
again?
Malaysian.
What's it called
Is
again?
it a mukbang?
Maybe Malaysian, yeah. Hello and welcome to all.
It's either
way you
mukbang or
fucking said it.
mukbang. I can't remember.
Let's do next time we do it. So
Alright.
in 2 months' time, or when
2 months.
I'll get
Oh,
I'll bring some wasabi and we'll do like a hot ones except with wasabi.
Oh god.
shit. What, like, but you go up in levels of wasabi?
Yeah, so you just start with like the tiniest amount.
Bro, I'll make it fucking 10 minutes into the podcast and then I'll just end up shitting in the toilet.
It'd be fun though. We should do it.
I'd like to do
And-
some
and-
eating thing.
Yeah, I'm keen, but I can't handle hot shit as much as you can.
Yeah, but it's
No
not
way,
hot.
like,
That's the thing
you
though.
can
It's
handle
not
me,
hot.
bro. I'm hot.
It is hot, but it's a different sensation to chili. Like you'll see when you get up there.
Chili's here, whereas
Yeah.
chili's like back of your throat, whereas wasabi's like
Wasabi's there.
like right here. It's just like
And
it's
then
like when you have hot mustard or something.
yeah,
Like hot
yeah,
mustard is
exactly.
like right there. It just messes up your sinuses.
Yeah.
And if you have more, the crazy thing that happens is, so if you have like a little too much, it gets you in the nose. If you have way too much,
Oh, well, you got some wasabi there, mate.
it hits you in
Hit you in the nose.
hits you in the back of the head.
What?
Like-
Fuck, what's you got a
It feels
migraine
like-
now?
It feels like
It's like eating sushi one day. Just,
Fucking. Oh.
no, literally, it's so weird. If you have a little too much, you'll just feel like in the back of your head.
Oh, God. So what, we're going to put on some crackers?
that's your center cortex disconnecting from your brain.
Yeah,
Just like, oh, good catch.
She's come off! I caught it!
Good catch.
Yeah,
Just do the podcast like this for the rest of the time?
you might as well.
That works.
Alright.
So yeah,
That was pretty admirable. You didn't disconnect from the thing either.
I'm a fucking legend, bro.
Well, clearly, I mean...
I'm a fucking legend. Alright, well, we're gonna have to do it.
How the hell did that even happen?
I don't know, it just randomly popped off. Alright, well, we're done with this.
You look great. You look like you got like a big piece of meat just ready to...
Got my fucking leg of ham.
Mutton.
I'd
say flex it out all the way as you can. And then...
I'm gonna shoulder like this.
On my shoulder? Should I do it on my shoulder?
No, just like flex your biceps the whole time.
Oh, that works. That looks absolutely fucking stupid, but it
Looks
works.
like you're wearing a bib.
How's the level of my recording?
That's fine.
Yeah. Alright.
By the way, we're just ending the podcast now.
How long are we actually at, by the way?
We're at 106.
How long do you want to go for?
I can go for another 10.
Well, I gotta fucking hold this mic now. Fuck.
Yeah, I gotta
Let's try to strap this shit on while you guys keep talking.
I mean, if you want to.
I don't really have another option, do I?
So
Well, you could just unscrew it and hold it like a wine glass, like you're holding that one.
Hey?
Like how you hold the wine glass there, you can just go like this, and then just cup it like you're holding someone's ball sack. And then you're just talking to it like
you
that.
can do it like that.
Well, I mean, you'd rather do that than...
Oh, I know where I fell off, because I remember I lost the glue on this thing.
Oh, so it's not actually sticking to anything.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, that's why. I need that fucking cardboard shit.
Yeah.
It's alright, I'll just hold it like this.
You just hold it like that, that's fine. It's a work in progress.
Work in progress.
Okay.
Next time I bring my stand.
Yeah.
It's alright.
So are there any other like obscure foods or spices that you guys like that maybe other people don't?
I had one of the hot ones. I had one of the actual hot one sauces one time
One of the
at
actual
my friend Nikhil's place, and I didn't even know what it was at first because I was already drunk. So we went out and we went out and got dumplings, and we brought them back, and then we sit down, and then this girl adds this like, I didn't see it happen, but she adds this like sauce that looks like really liquidy. So that hot one sauce, it was one of them which was actually like really fluidy.
Jeez.
It wasn't actually thick.
So you don't think it's as bad as
I thought it was just soy sauce. It was disguised as soy sauce.
Until he ate it.
Unless she put the sauce in and then like started mixing it up
And
with the
did
soy.
she do it to sneak it in? Like, was she trying to sneak it in?
She was trying to fuck people up essentially.
Right, yeah.
So she was like, "Oh, just try this. This is a nice sauce I got from the dumpling place." And then I do this. I let you get my thing, boom.
You don't
did that.
trust her.
And I was like, this is not bad. 10 seconds pass, and it's the most excruciating pain I've
Really?
ever like.
Just from like that tiny.
Okay, so I started crying first. Like, I was like, oh, dude, I can't handle this. This is bad. And, you start doing the whole and you just can't.
I just start fucking sweating and then like, I start burping.
Well, you start freaking out. Like I'm on something.
I start fucking burping,
Yeah.
dude. I remember I ate a little piece of, what is it? Ghost chili?
Oh, yeah.
Bro, that lit me up, bro. Holy shit. I took like a fingernail worth. Well, like half a fingernail, and I was just like, oh! And then I remember, because I did it with Red,
Yeah.
and Red went to the bathroom, bro, and he just comes back, and he's standing in the fucking hallway, like the doorway, and I'm like standing in the like kitchen, just kind of like, fuck, just guzzling milk, and he's standing there like fucking bouncing around, bro, and I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you? And he's like, I fucking touched my balls.
Weird that happened at the party as well. Some dude did the same thing, but obviously we're doing it on our finger, and he touches his nuts. And the dude was already absolutely donezo, like hammered. And so eventually we're all sitting on the couch later, and he just has his balls out, and he's just like caressing his balls
Yeah, if you
to like
fucking need it,
cool
bro.
them down. And
Oh,
it's like literally everyone's sitting around just like, wow.
Dude just has his nuts.
Wow, this dude with his fucking cock and balls out.
Oh man.
I'm trying to really stick it to this table, maybe it'll work.
Are you in? That's what she said.
There we go.
You got it?
It's alright.
You can just hold it there if you want.
Yeah, just put your hand there the whole
There you
time.
go. No, I got it.
That'll work. There we go.
There you go.
Just can't try to move it.
Don't touch it. Don't fucking touch it.
There we go. No, so sit forward, eh?
Boom!
Fucking table collapses.
The whole last 5 minutes of this podcast has just been admin.
Just.
It's alright. Oh, yeah, so I can't do spice, eh?
Not a spicy guy, eh?
Nah.
No.
Spicy. I think spice. Someone who can handle spice is like
Pretty
unironically
alpha.
is pretty hot. I like a girl
Yeah.
who can handle spice.
It's a fucking... You gotta train yourself for it, though.
Oh yeah,
You
gotta,
can do.
You gotta
Yeah,
eat
you start
crazy
low.
shit all the
Yeah.
time.
Some of the stuff that I used to find spicy.
Toby.
Hey mate.
Jesus.
Some of the stuff that I used to find spicy, like you remember those noodles back in high school?
Mee goreng?
No, the ones you bought from the tuck
bowl
shop.
noodle with the green.
Oh my god.
Settle down, mate.
That's just a door acting on its own accord, by the way.
I know. I've seen Paranormal Activity. I know how to prepare for this. Just run.
Don't set up cameras.
Some of you guys might know it, but the bowl noodle, with the green and sometimes blue lid, sometimes orange.
That shit was hot, bro.
They had that at uni as well.
Yeah, they have it at
and,
uni.
Munchie Mart.
Yeah.
That shit was hot.
That stuff was hot.
Yeah.
In that time.
I remember when you and Ben, one lunchtime, you guys were like, because we had like a fucking 40-minute lunch period or half an hour lunch period. You guys went, let's say I think it was half an hour. So you guys went like 20 minutes or 25 minutes without doing anything. And then with 5 minutes to go with lunchtime, they're like, oh, we're going to get some fucking spicy noodles. They like piss off. 2 minutes later, they come back. They have 2 minutes to just like chow back this hot noodles.
Boiling hot noodles.
Both of them are just going like, like it's fucking boiling hot. Like temperature wise.
Spice is the hard part right now.
No,
it's the boiling
and
water.
I don't know if we're even enjoying it. That's the thing.
You weren't.
Just hold ass on a fucking.
You definitely weren't. I was watching you. I'm like, that doesn't look enjoyable at all.
That looks fucking.
Well, I'm eating my fucking ham and cheese.
Ham sandwich.
With my Ribena.
Fucking white boy.
Yeah.
Ham and salami.
Shit was funny,
cheese. But yeah, that stuff doesn't even. If I eat that now, that's not hot to me. That's like medium. If I eat that, but the point is that you get used to it, you know.
Yeah.
Well, why do you think Sean Evans from Hot Ones shows up every week? Just because he's just used to it, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
He just knows what to expect as well.
Yeah, he knows what's coming.
Like my family doesn't eat hot shit. Like none of us really like hot food, so I've never eaten. Like me and Mum have started adding chili to like meals.
Yeah. Chili's really good for you.
And
it is.
It's really good for like your digestive system.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And so we're trying to like add more heat. My brother is the same. He's worse than me. Like I'd go on the verge of saying I'm the best in the family, which is saying something.
That is saying something.
Like immediate family, like the four of us, and yeah, bro. Like we had this one meal, and I think me and Mum just put way too much like chili in today, and like we're just sitting there like eating dinner, and all of us just going like.
That's actually quite a nice sensation when the sinus is open, though. I quite like it.
You're just like, it's good.
Fuck! It's lovely.
Yeah. Is it too hot? No! Dude, I just remember sitting there going like, oh. It's like, it's a nice feeling your sinus open up, but at the same time, your chest and your fucking throat and everything is just lighting up.
It's not about the pain though. You definitely have to have the sweet spot where it's like adds to the meal.
The old G-spot.
The G-spot, exactly. But the thing is, if you don't usually have spice and you have someone else's spice, it'll be too much for you. But say you had the equivalent amount, you probably really enjoy it.
Have you ever smelt like a paste or like a chili and you're just like, nah.
Yeah, no, that was wasabi.
Like you just open like a jar. Like my boss, he's like Chinese, so like he always puts this extra like paste on like his noodles and his rice and stuff.
Yeah. And
he just like one time he like opened the jar next to me, and I'm just like, nah, no way,
not today.
So you want something like fuck off? Are you serious? Like no way, man. Like
you're just eating spoon.
Fuck off.
Like dude, like I can smell that. If I can smell that, there's no way I'm eating that. Like, yeah, nah, I can't do that shit.
No.
I'll be on the toilet for like the next 2 hours, bro.
Yeah, I've had bad experiences like that. You start levitating off the toilet seat. That's when it gets worse. Like
levitating.
Yeah. Well, you're
just like,
you're shooting it out so hard that you just start levitating.
Holding on when you're holding on to the side of the seat. That's when you know it's a fucking rocket ship.
Afterburn.
You're just holding on to the toilet seat, like legs in the air, like.
Jesus. Oh, it's bad.
Next podcast we'll have a shitting contest.
And then we'll
whoever starts levitating first wins the cheese.
We'll start on toilets.
We'll
get 3 toilets. Did you see the toilets down in the basement, by the way?
No, where are they?
They replaced all 3 of the toilets here, so there's just 3 toilet seats.
Oh, they replaced the one in your bathroom.
Yep.
So it's actually
When was
clean.
that?
I don't know. Obviously, ages ago. They might even be new.
Oh, so
They
those toilets there are still the same ones.
They might even be new toilet seats that they just never bothered replacing, or new toilets. But there's
Right.
3 toilets. We could just do the pod on that for
Literally.
Selfie fucking shits, bro.
Chili's.
You just hear like, ooh, splashback.
How disgusting would that be? Halfway through the pod.
No intro song to the podcast. Just
Bro, question. Do you like the splashback?
no.
No, it's horrible.
It's like a self-clean, bro.
Actually,
It's a self-clean, dude.
Man, have you guys used a bidet before?
No.
Yeah.
You have used one?
Yeah.
It's
You've
the greatest
got one?
thing ever.
No, that's
Do you
not
have
a
one?
bidet.
Yes, it is,
No,
isn't it?
no, it's not. It's to clean the toilet.
No,
It's
a
like
fucking
it's
bidet.
like a nozzle. Well, bidets.
Yeah, that's what a bidet is,
Bidets
isn't
are in the toilet. to
Yeah,
start
bidets
with,
are built into the toilet.
And also,
Right.
are bidets usually warm water, or can you?
Yeah,
use
it's warm
yeah,
water.
yeah.
Yeah, because that's cold water.
You haven't used one before?
No,
Oh man,
I don't.
I did it in Melbourne for the
I
first
don't know
time.
if I would. I don't know if I would like the feeling.
I don't know if I
Is
like it too much.
Is it a Japanese thing or is it Chinese?
It's Japanese,
I
right?
think it started in Japan.
Japan,
Most
yeah.
toilets in Japan
Just
have
all
bidets,
wild
which is
technology
where I've
comes from
tried
Japan.
them. Yeah.
So yeah, I used one in because our the person that we rented our apartment off in Melbourne, she was Japanese, and they had a bidet installed in the toilet. So I go in on the first day and I was like, not today. And I go in the second day and I was like, you know what? I'm feeling scandalous. I'm in Melbourne, why not? So I did it.
Oh, that's a
But-
good reason.
I know I
What
messed up the
happens
first
in Melbourne
time.
stays in
I
Melbourne.
messed up the first time because I pressed the air button first instead of the.
Started
So I started just pushing out air and I was like, whoa, Jesus.
just wafting it.
Oi.
Yeah, I was just like,
And then I did the water. And the first time you do it, it's like, no, you want to do that, eh? It's just like a little jolt because it like takes a second. It's like a bit of a delay because it has to change like the nozzle.
Yeah.
And it just goes. And it's like, oh.
You just hear it starting up.
Yeah.
so what? You use the water first and then you dry out.
Yeah, you use water and then you dry because there's 2 nozzles. There's one that goes like angled, and then there's one that goes like directly up.
Holy shit.
And then there's the air as well.
Fucking hell.
So it's like three.
So
like
what do you do?
nozzles.
Do you go straight up or angled?
Well, I blew the air first, so I made a mistake.
fucked up.
And then I did the 2, and it's life changing. If I could install one of those, I would.
Really?
It's pretty hygienic. It's
So you
probably
don't-
more hygienic than using
So you don't need to actually use toilet paper.
You just
And
get off the toilet.
it cleans you
and
really
it cleans
well.
you.
Did you
perfectly.
test afterwards?
Yeah.
So you got like a piece of toilet paper and you're like,
Yeah. I was,
make sure that you.
and I
actually
put the
don't
toilet paper back because it was still clean.
You wiped your ass.
Someone else can use this.
You like rip the toilet paper off and you just sellotape it back on.
I just wrote with a pen on it, just like free to use.
I wiped, nothing came off. Someone else can use
It's
it.
clean.
It's life changing, man.
Oh,
It's
I've never
incredible.
used
You
it.
gotta use it. It's incredible.
Yeah, but it's essentially the same as using like wet wipes, right?
No, because you're still
It's-
putting paper or
Yeah.
on contact with your ass.
Although wet wipes probably clean better as well.
But then
You
that's
can-
like chemicals, and
Yeah.
you don't want chemicals going up there.
But you can physically use your own like hand and fingers, you know, to clean. That's what I'm saying. With a wet wipe. I've never used.
But it's still
The-
chemicals. That's
I
what
don't
I'm
think
saying.
I've only used a wet wipe a couple
Because
times.
bidet is just water.
The
It's not soapy
bidet's-
water. It's just water.
It's got force as well. I think it really cleans everything off.
Yeah. It's a bit of, it's not like a little like water fountain like it's like a little like
It's a fucking.
It's not a little how you going, you know.
it's incredible. I'll tell you.
How you doing? How you doing?
That's nice.
Yeah.
We're at the 120. Should we go songs of the week, gents?
Yeah.
Sounds weak.
Let's
Yeah,
do
I
it.
got my
Sounds weak.
song.
I'll check my phone, but fuck.
I actually discovered. My brother showed me this person, this guy. I will say actually, he's like a country artist. The guy's called Morgan Wallen,
Morgan.
and the song's called "Wasted on You."
Cool.
It's quite.
That's
It's
the most
really good, man.
classic name of a country song.
Oh, "Wasted on You,"
Ah,
Morgan
wasted
Wallen.
on you.
Y'all got Morgan Wallen.
Nice. Well, my song, which I think you will really enjoy, Mitch. So, get ready. It's the Nightshift by the Commodores.
The Commodores, alright.
You know
Okay.
the song? No.
I don't think so.
We'll play it after
Yeah,
the
yeah.
pod, but it's a good one.
And mine is, I think it's called Tekken by BMotion. I think it's called BMotion.
The
But it's just
BMotion.
Fatty drum and bass.
Oh, you're fiending drum and bass
I'm
at the moment.
feeding drum and
aren't you?
bass, man. I get on the bus in the morning. It's like I'm like drowsy, and then I'm like, oh, and then just.
We fiending drum and bass tonight.
Whoa. Hey.
We fiending drum
Oh,
and bass
they
tonight.
only listen to
there
drum
will
and
be
bass and
drum and
flat,
bass.
so that's all they listen
You
to.
going tonight, Josh?
Yeah.
Fuck, if you're going, I might as well come.
What? You wouldn't come because I'm going?
No. No. No, I mean, like, I'm not going to be the only motherfucker not going.
Well, Angus is going as well.
Is he bringing his missus?
I don't know.
Yeah. Weird.
He is? Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I've
Luke's
never,
gonna be there as well.
I've never met his missus sober.
Oh, really?
Apparently.
Yeah. I met her at the house party that, you know, we got told to shut down at 9 o'clock, but,
Right.
and I was,
Oh, yeah.
I was toasted
The
at that
first time I
point.
met her was when Goose was sitting here and she was sitting on top of him in the lounge.
Oh.
And I was, in the kitchen when we were here, and I was like,
Oh, okay.
hello?
I am here.
So to intrude, but g'day.
Alright,
No, it should be good.
so, it's another podcast
Signing
in
off.
the books.
Number 19, eh?
20. This first podcast of 2020. Twan.
2020. Twan.
I was like, fuck.
Welcome to 2020 Twan, ladies and gentlemen.
2020 Twan.
2020 Twan.
Alright. Keep it real. Keep it safe. Wear a mask.
I'd say enjoy
Unless
it.
you're not in New Zealand.
Yeah, I was about to say enjoy the weekend, but this is probably going to be released in about 8 weeks.
Enjoy
it
the
should be
weekend of February the 33rd.
The 33rd.
33rd. In 2020 Twan, we have 33rd
The
days.
29th of February.
All right.
Alright. Keep it real.
Thanks, guys. See you
Peace
later.
out.